Hope you guys had a good holidays. Happy New Year. We're back with another video. Let's get it. So we're talking about lint today.
No.
Yeah,
Hell no.
It's crazy. What are the causes of lint? How do you end up with all this stuff in your locks? Like, how does that happen? Two things. There's exposure and there is the amount of oil that you have in your locks. The first thing is fabric, any kind of fabric. Wool, cotton, your scarves, your pillowcases, your bed sheets, your clothing. Lint is on all those things and more. It is everywhere on pieces of fabric. The second type of exposure is to the air. This sounds really weird, but it's the truth. There is so much lint in the air. It's a piece of lint floating by right there. It is everywhere. The second cause of lint in your locks is oil. Oil attracts lint. Now, even though a lot of people like to use oil to moisturize their locks, myself included, it's recommended that you use what you need. Don't use any more than that. Locks really don't need too much to keep them moisturized or healthy or whatnot. It does depend on your hair type, but you never want to overdo it. Because the more you put in your locks, the more lint it's going to attract, because lint sticks to anything, especially substances like oil. Now that we know what can cause lint buildup, how do you get it out of your locks? How do we get rid of it? ACV rings. Basically, they just remove a lot of buildup that has accumulated over time into your locks. And although these rinses do not remove lint,
What do you mean?
they probably move a little bit, but because it's removing other buildup like product buildup, dead skin, dandruff or flakes or whatnot, the lock is temporarily a little bit loose. All of those types of buildup have been removed, and because of that, that can make it easier for you to manually go in and remove the lint.
Oh, I get it.
If you have a lock that's got a whole lot of lint in it, that lock will look the same after that ACV rings. How do you actually remove the lint manually? I use tweezers. I recommend using an angled tweezer because it's going to not grip as much at one time. The first time I went in to remove lint from my locks, I used a blunt tweezer. Automatic, no. Do not use these kinds of tweezers to remove lint from your hair. And also something to keep in mind, if you do want to go to a professional to get lint removed from your locks, I'm sure there are professionals out there who can remove it for you, but it's not a guarantee that they're going to get everything out. But if you're worried that you're going to damage your lock, then you might want to go that route. But pointy tweezers are what I recommend because they will allow you to hone in on the lint rather than the lint mixed in with your hair strands. And instead of pulling lint and your hair, you're more likely to just be pulling the lint instead of a whole bunch of hair strands out of your lock. Because trust me, this will damage your locks. Use pointy tweezers, but be careful with them. It's a better way to go, but they're still risky. Another way to remove lint from your locks is brushing. Now, this method is only helpful when the lint is on the surface. If you have lint that is just a huge buildup of it has accumulated in your locks, a brush is not going to get that out. It just removes whatever's on the surface. Now that we've covered removal, let's go into prevention. How do you prevent a bunch of lint buildup like that? Going back into our last point, which is brushing, that is a method of removal, but it also ties into prevention. So if you are routinely brushing your locks, I personally have not done this yet. I will be doing it though, and that will be a video.
Hell yeah.
Most people tend to do that once a day, maybe before bed or before washing their locks, to just routinely remove the lint. That is a good way to prevent lint buildup in your locks, especially the locks at the back, because you cannot see those locks. It could be a whole lot of mess going on back there and you won't even know because you don't see it. You see what's around your face. The next method of prevention is covering your head. I cannot stress this enough. Cover your locks, cover your locks, cover your locks, especially before going to bed. Your headboards, whatever it is, the air full of lint. You're in your sleep, your head is on your pillows, on your sheets, you're rolling around, da 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 da. Don't set yourself up. Okay, just don't set yourself up. Use a satin or silk headscarf or a satin or silk bonnet. If you're not into that type of thing, you can use satin or silk pillowcases or sheets if you want to go that extra mile. Me personally, I have a bonnet. That's what I'm using. I'm sticking to it. It works for me. Even when I take a nap, I am covering my locks. Basically, and I did touch on this in another one of my videos, but the whole time I'm at home, my hair is covered. The only times my hair is not covered is when I'm out and about, and that's most of the time. Sometimes I'll cover it with a headscarf as just like a fashionable accessory. Or if I just washed my locks and they're air drying, or I'm doing a retwist, or I'm filming a video, those are pretty much the only times that my locks are not covered. And it may sound tedious at first, but when you're at home, you're doing whatever it is that you do, but your hair is just covered, you're not really gonna notice it. It's gonna be something that you don't even think about, you just do. And it's worth it. You won't completely prevent lint from getting to your locks. There's always gonna be lint in your locks, but you can prevent it from getting to a point where there's a whole lot of built up lint in your locks. Another method of lint buildup prevention is to just routinely look for it. You know, maybe you're talking with someone on the phone, you guys have been talking for about an hour, start looking at your locks. You see a piece of lint on your lock, just pick it off, remove it. You're about to get in the shower, take a quick look, just check. You know, I tend to check my locks for lint after I wash my hair, and I will see if I see any lint, and if I do, I just pick it and remove it before it becomes embedded into my locks, because that has happened before and it is absolutely terrible. The next method is using a microfiber towel. Basically, a microfiber towel is a towel that holds more water, but the main purpose we're listing it is because it doesn't carry as much lint as regular towels do. Microfiber towels will either carry no lint at all or just very, 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 very little in comparison to regular towels. If you are using regular towels to dry your locks, stop. Stop. Absolutely stop that. Get yourself a microfiber towel. If you don't want to use a microfiber towel, some people like to use t-shirts. Currently, that's what I do. They don't carry as much lint as towels do. So if you don't want a microfiber towel, just use an old t-shirt, but be mindful that t-shirts do still carry lint. You could even go the extra mile and wear hats that are lined with silk instead of wearing regular hats, baseball caps, toques, snapbacks, whatever you name it. All these things carry lint, especially toques. So if you are able to find a toque, for example, that is lined with silk or satin, buy it. It'll be worth it in the long run. Using less product. Trust and believe when I say when it comes to locks, less is more. Just use what you need. And you'll find that you really don't need that much. It really doesn't take a whole bunch of product to maintain locks or keep them moisturized or healthy. Use just what you need. Because the more you put into your locks, onto your locks, the more those products are going to attract lint. So this is everything you need to know when it comes to lint. And with that, thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.